Hey Kentucky, this is Mary Jo Perino. Tonight, UK basketball heads back out on the road as one cat announces he's leaving. Louisville's Derby guest list is back in the news. And see part one of my interview with Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman. All that and more is next on Hey Kentucky. Welcome to Hey Kentucky. Drew Franklin is my co-host tonight. Sorry about the Titans, but it looked like you had an awesome time.
I had a blast. No sadness at all. That was a lot of fun. Good run.
All right. Well, that Super Bowl next year.
Yeah,
let's do it. All right. We're going to look ahead to Kentucky's game tomorrow in a moment, but first we need to talk about Khalil Whitney. The freshman announced today he is leaving the program. Whitney's statement does not specify whether he's transferring or simply leaving school to prepare for the NBA or to play overseas, but one thing is sure, his career at Kentucky has come to an end. He is the fifth McDonald's All-American to leave UK in the John Calipari era, joining Quade Green, Sasha Kalea-Jones, Marcus Lee, and Kyle Wiltshire. Drew, I think people are surprised, but maybe not shocked, because guys like Johnny Juzang were getting more playing time than him, and Keon Brooks has started playing a lot better. Khalil Whitney just wasn't seeing the floor.
Yeah, and there's been some whispers about this for a few weeks. He's a guy who, in his own mind, coming into the year, thought he was a first-round pick, and really mock drafts had him believing that too. One of them had him in top 5 to start the year. And then you see he hasn't just panned out, and I think he's having a hard time accepting that he's not that one-and-done elite player that he thought he was going to be. So hard to, that message, I don't know what's next for him, but we know he won't be here.
At one point, Cal had said that this team's ceiling is whatever Khalil Whitney's ceiling is, because he expected so much out of him, and then I don't know, we just never saw that.
Yeah, and there was no shortage of opportunities, and I mean, he was in there fighting. It's just like if you picked up the stat sheet, there's nothing there next to his name every single game. But wish him the best. I always liked him. He was one of my favorites coming to the year. I wish it had panned out a little better. The
Dragon. All right. UK basketball is back on the road tomorrow. Texas Tech is bringing their A game for the matchup in Lubbock. The 2019 national runners-up are upping the ante for everyone who will be inside the arena, making this Big 12 SEC Challenge game a blackout. So the Red Raiders are calling on fans to wear black in this hype video.
I feel we'll fight you again.
Texas Tech is giving its students free beer before the game. That was announced by Coach Chris Beard and point guard David Moretti on Twitter.
Students, starting at 10 a.m., we've got a free tailgate. Free beer for those of age, free food, while student supplies last. For those students with the Kentucky Guarantee wristband, make sure you follow your email instructions on how to pick up your wristband before Friday.
The doors open for you starting at 2:30 p.m. on Saturday, but you must be at the arena by 3 p.m. or you join the general line.
Cal says he's looking forward to see how his team keeps its composure in front of what will likely be a rowdy crowd. Free beer, Drew. I like it.
Free beer, and it's starting at 10 a.m. for a 5 p.m. game. Whose idea was that?
Yours, probably.
I would like that, but that's just going to add to that crazy environment. I kind of feel like UK is playing with house money in this game, though, because any team in the country would kind of be expected to lose in this atmosphere at Texas Tech, but a win would be huge for the resume. So I'm excited about it. If you lose, oh well, but if you win, this is big for tournament time.
That will be a big game, and I expect it to be raucous.
And drunk.
Place. And drunk, yes. All right, future Wildcats for both the men's and women's teams will be well represented at the 2020 McDonald's All-American Game. BJ Boston made the 24-man roster for the event that will be in Houston this April. Boston has also been climbing in ESPN's top 100, moving from number 12 to number 6 following an incredible season at his prep school. Fellow Kentucky commit Terrence Clark, also a McDonald's All-American. Other 2020 class members, Devin Askew and Isaiah Jackson, just missed the cut. And on the women's side, UK Hoop signee Treasure Hunt has been named an All-American as well. Fellow Future Cats Naya Leveretter and Aaron Toller were also nominated for the game but did not make the final roster. Drew, Treasure Hunt is honestly probably the one I'm most excited about seeing.
Me too. Maybe the best player of the 3 too. On the men's side, only having 2 this year. That seems random. It feels like we usually have 3 or 4 down a little bit.
A lot of those guys could have made it too.
Yeah.
It's just
But
It's just a talented class.
Boston, he's the one to watch. I think that guy's going to be special, and you can watch him all the time because he plays with LeBron's son. He's always on TV.
Yes.
That's a big reason he's a star and going into this game. But I'm with you, Treasure Hunt. That's the one I'm ready to get to Lexington. She's going to be great.
I know. I cannot wait to watch her. And if her and Ryan Howard together, it's like.
And apparently
okay.
they're real good friends.
Yes.
That'll just add to how fun it'll be.
Yeah,
But it's
so-
going to be an exciting class for both programs.
All right, turning to football now. After another successful season, the university is doing its part to make sure Mark Stoops' staff sticks around. Kentucky has released details on contract extensions for offensive coordinator Eddie Gran and defensive coordinator Brad White. Gran's deal will pay $950,000 a year through June 2023. White signed his extension, taking him through the 2022 season. The school also signed linebackers coach John Sumrall, defensive backs coach Steve Clinkscale, along with new defensive line coach Anwar Stewart. Drew, having these guys stay and having the continuity has been a big reason for the success.
Yeah, every single person you just named, they've been great, especially on the recruiting trail. And it shows that finally UK football is investing in that program. Remember that old picture of the recruiting room with the broken table? It's like a church potluck.
Like a TV with a
Those
antenna?
days are gone. They have poured money into facilities. They're making sure Stoops has the staff he wants. It's no longer the UK football you can joke about because they're taking this seriously and paying big bucks to keep good coaches.
And a lot of those guys, I'm sure, had other opportunities
and they
to
want
go
to stay
elsewhere.
right here. Grant especially.
Yeah. All right. The Louisville mayor is making headlines again for his invitations to the Kentucky Derby. Greg Fisher's team is not cutting back on the number of prospective business clients they hope to bring in to wine and dine this year, even during a time of citywide budget cuts that closed pools led to fewer police officers and limited available Derby funding. Fisher's office does say it's working on a deal to have an outside party cover a large share of the costs. In previous years, Fisher has been criticized for keeping the names of potential guests secret. Drew, is it worth it to have Travis Tritt and the dude from Boyz II Men there?
Every year. I don't know. I mean, if Louisville was just loaded with money, whatever, go have your $10,000 dinners. But as you just mentioned, they're cutting.
You can't swim at the pool.
Yeah, there's budget cuts all over the city, yet he's just spending all this money. You got to let people know where this money is going and who it's being spent on.
And all those people that are coming that he's spending the money on, 100% could afford to just come here and do whatever they want.
Joey Fatone.
Yeah, yes. We see you, Kid Rock. All right, now on Hey Kentucky, in case you missed it, a review of recent headlines. A revised version of a bill that would ask voters to show a government-issued photo ID in order to cast a ballot is headed to the House after winning state Senate approval. Senate Bill 2 would reportedly provide some exceptions, like substituting debit or credit cards or Social Security cards, or using an expired photo ID. Up next on Hey Kentucky, the first part of my one-on-one conversation with Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman. She talks about major issues facing the Beshear administration as the first legislative session is underway, including whether those teacher raises are in the budget. Stay with us.